Keith! Get up here! Get away from him!
Venturing deep into the depths of the Appalachian forest alone at night can be horrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet?
What the is that?
Tonight, we are diving into 6 of the most terrifying Appalachian encounters ever recorded. Hide behind. A camper named Eric has arrived in Appalachia in hopes of finishing his short film, hoping to get inspired by the peacefulness of nature. But little did he know, peace was the last thing Eric would find. Take a look. As Eric is recording the serenity of the trail he's chosen, he happens upon a strange figure lurking carefully behind a tree. It appears to be a human-shaped shadow made of pure blackness, watching him very, very carefully. At first, it looks like it could be an object, like a black hammock or something. But when Eric moves closer, the figure moves, disappearing entirely behind the large tree. According to Appalachian lore, this is a creature called a hide-behind, which preys upon humans walking alone in the forest. It only seeks out its prey if it's certain they are alone. Legend says that the hide-behind will drag the human back to its lair, only to feed upon them later. Do you think that's what Eric encountered on his walk that day? The Mimic. A camper with the TikTok username Creed4 is out on a crisp nature walk through the Appalachian forest. The sun is shining, the birds are just singing, and nature seems to be extending a hand to Creed4 as there is an adorable rabbit waiting right in his path. He is actually surprised the rabbit lets him get so close, as they are normally very skittish around humans. This gives him significant pause. As he attempts to get his bearings, Creed4 notices the forest has gone oddly silent.
He was right there.
As he moves forward, he begins to hear a strange whimpering coming from up ahead of him. It doesn't sound like an animal, but it doesn't necessarily sound human either. It's unsettling to say the least. The noises continue, and they eventually unsettle Creed4 enough to break out into a brisk run. The noises grow louder, with some commenters pointing out that they can hear a muffled, "Help me." Some believe Creed4 stumbled across what's called a mimic, which can use their voice to sound human in an attempt to lure Appalachians to a certain death. What do you think Creed4 stumbled across? Glamping Ghoul. Talia and her dog are out somewhere glamping in the Appalachian Mountains. The pup has to do its business, of course, so even though it's the middle of the night in the middle of nowhere, Talia obliges. Little did she know that she's about to have a scare of a lifetime. Take a look.
Come on, baby. Yeah, let's go. We excited. Spots? Was that Dalmatian? Okay. You just wanted to be in the video. Say hey. Yeah, because what is that? Let's go inside. It sounds super far away, but like, nah, what is that? Yo, come on. Come on, yo.
As the pup is finishing its business, Talia hears blood-curdling cries coming from the forest surrounding her. While most noises can easily be explained as a coyote or a fox or something similar, this one doesn't sound like any of those at all. What do you make of the blood-curdling scream? Just an animal, or is this another Appalachian mystery? Little Friend. An Appalachian family is out in the forest on what they thought was a regular overcast day sometime in late November. Little did they know it was anything but typical. The family are attempting to enjoy what is left of fall before the harsh winter begins to settle in. The father and his 2 children are just about home when their mother, who is out of town, asks for a video of the kids because she misses them. The father obliges, and just as he hits record, he sees this.
Keith! Get up here! Get away from him! Come on, guys! You okay?
There's some kind of strange, unidentified creature following the children. It's hard to make out exactly what it is, as it's quite difficult to see. But the father, a native Appalachian, seems very concerned, telling the kids to leave it alone.
Get up here! Get away from him! Come on, guys!
As the father keeps the camera focused on the creature, it disappears without a trace, leaving them wondering exactly what they encountered. Jeepers Creepers. Meet Hike Slam, a vlogger dedicated to showing off his hiking journeys across the United States.
Hi, Phil here from Hike Slam. Today I'm gonna hike into the woods a little bit here in Virginia and do an overnight. It's the day before Thanksgiving. It's supposed to be cold tonight, but I'm looking forward to it. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Last time I was on this section of trail, it was September, so leaves were on the trees. It was warm. Right now it's really nice. It's probably low 50s, but it'll be colder tonight, so I'll have a fire, have some food, set up my tent, and we'll see what we find. So I'm gonna get going here and yeah, find the camp spot.
Today, he's camping in Appalachia the night before Thanksgiving 2021. You are definitely not prepared for what he finds.
So the hike's been awesome so far. I mean, I've only been out for about half hour. River behind me, really pretty day. As I was walking up, I saw some trash in the trail and I came across this. So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one, hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics, other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
As he walks further to his campsite, he comes across some trash in the trail with disturbing song lyrics and strange messages written across them. Someone clearly has a lot of time on their hands.
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. Alright. Kind of creepy. There's a fire down there.
The further Hike Slam ventures into the woods, the weirder items he finds. Lots of bizarre ramblings from a person nobody wants to meet. Then he notices what looks to be a makeshift tent and a fire downstream, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Hike Slam decides to switch up his campsite based on these crazy ramblings.
What a crazy day. Oh my gosh. So I had the one campsite in mind, the Mats Creek shelter, and based on the crazy notes I saw and the dead animals and, I don't know, running into those women on the trail who were scared, I'm glad I made the decision not to camp down there because I would have just been freaked out the whole time. This is only about 2 miles from that other campsite, but it's on the other side of the road, still on the Appalachian Trail, but far enough away that I feel safe, which is good.
It's now nighttime, and Hike Slam recounts the crazy day he's had so far.
Alright, so I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, I'm adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. Let's see if this makes any sense. Sorry if the lighting's bad. I'm just gonna see what it says. Cleaned the outhouse. Picked up trash. Collected wood for others. See Charlie Daniels' Simple Man lyrics, which I used in 2013 Facebook post, and note the rope I found with the silicone sealant can 2 miles south of that. I left it on a stump. In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail. What the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. Here in early 2017, Trump, Nebo, allowed Obama to have the special use of the Air Force One for a trip to Palm Springs. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. I know it's really hard to read in this light. Sorry about that. Let me move that there. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it. Like this line up here. Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of Little Mrs. Wolf. Content. Come up with some more of those wicked schemes, JB and company, so I can show some more of your true character. In the past, the Russian collusion assertion have been followed up on many occasions with the advancement of illusions that would show discord in fiction between the colluding parties. You're falling faster. Obey your master. The Metallica lyrics. What the heck? Okay, that's crazy. Okay. Emergency press conference. So I thought it would be a fun little thing to look at the Johns Hollow shelter log. That's where I'm staying, Johns Hollow shelter. And just check out trail names and what people's experiences were on the trail. And it was fun at first. But man, once I came across that guy's writing, it was so weird. It was like, I felt like I was, I don't know, the plot continues or something. You open it up and it's like, that writing looks familiar. Oh my gosh, it's the same writing as that guy that's 3 miles away that I hiked this far away to get away from the dude. And now, yeah, man, I guess he was just here a few days ago. Ranting, it's like music lyrics and political stuff and, you know, talking about people leaving trash and just weird rants and Bible quotes, and it's just like all over the place. Kind of sketchy, kind of weird. It's just really weird to have that feeling of like relaxation, like I'm away, I'm here, I'm hanging out in the woods by myself. And then to read that, it's just kind of like, oh, that's a little odd. At least he seemed to be settled down for the night in his weird camp spot there by the river. So I feel like he's not going to come up here. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, all right, I'm going to stop drinking the whiskey and switch back to water just in case I got to have my wits about me. And let the fire burn down, douse it with some water from the stream, and then I'm going to head off to bed. All right.
Later, he decides to check the shelter log for the encampment he's staying at. While it looks innocent enough, he stumbles across a nonsensical, almost deranged letter with the exact same handwriting on the trash he saw earlier.
Dude, what the hell is going on here? I'm in the shelter, I'm packing up my stuff to go into my tent, and they have these things that they put in shelters a lot to hang your food bag from, so like mice can't get to it. Look at this one. What do you know? Same handwriting as the one in the book and that garbage on the trail from that same dude. So it says, watch out for yeet mouse. The dead do walk and talk. Like, what the hell is going on? Alright, I'm going to go into my tent now.
The strangeness does not end there, however, as Hike Slam discovers yet another disturbing message.
Okay, I'm out on the trail. It's the middle of the night. I was down in my tent, not asleep, kind of just like lying there staring at the tent walls, listening to all the sounds, and then I heard somebody down by the shelter. So at first I had to convince myself it wasn't what I thought I heard, but it definitely was somebody down there. So I didn't even wait to see or go down to see who it was, see if it was like a bunch of teenage girls or something. I don't know. I was just like, I am getting out of here. So I packed up all my stuff and I packed it up very quickly. I don't think I left anything behind, and I just walked past. As I walked past, I did look. It did look like a single guy hanging out in the shelter. He had a headlamp on. All I could really see was the light from the headlamp, so I could have been wrong. But man, it was, yeah. So I don't know. I just got out of there, and like that's the thing. It's like it was probably a guy who was out like me. Like out and wants to just go camping or spend a night out, beautiful night. But I wasn't going to hang around. I don't know. I guess I got scared. But so I decided to pack up all my stuff and hike back. I looked back behind me a bunch of times as I was hiking to see if that light was following me. It sounds silly, but I mean, like, I didn't see the light following me. At first I thought it was following me just because I could still see it through the trees because it's fall and there's no leaves in the trees. But now I think I'm almost back at my truck and I'm just gonna get out of here and go home.
As he lays down to sleep, he finds he cannot, and that's when he hears someone rustling around not too far away. He makes the executive decision to leave before he becomes prey to someone who might not be all there. The Eyes. Meet Dustin Frazier, an Appalachian native, a popular TikToker, and a late-night diner worker. Dustin frequently posts his Appalachian life on TikTok, amassing quite a few views across his channel. Tonight, Dustin is off work and has just arrived at his parents' house, which is several miles into the country off a lonely dirt road. It's oddly quiet, and the atmosphere around Dustin can only be described as tense. He details that as he was getting out of his car, he encountered something in the forest right next to his parents' house.
Whoa. What the is that? What the Hey!
A large, looming figure with glowing eyes moving abnormally through the trees, running directly at him. The following is that footage.
There was something in the woods.
You for the old turkey you're drunk.
I literally just came up to my parents' house, and I hardly ever come up here anymore, and I was like walking out, and like they live in the middle of nowhere, and there was literally something in the woods, and I filmed it, and it had like glowing eyes. I'm gonna put it in right now, but like what the Whoa. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Hey!
The oddly green eyes stare menacingly at him, and just as he acknowledges their presence, a lot of commentators suggest Dustin spotted an owl. But owls' eyes are notoriously much smaller and do not radiate an almost neon green. What do you think Dustin captured that night?